Hey, you better have everything ready for the welcome party for the newcomers, especially that presentation. I'll dock your pay if you can't entertain me well enough. Don't forget the catering and the music, too. Hello, Simon. A welcome party? To be honest, I don't think I can do that right now. I have a lot on my plate at the moment. I also think we're not really in a good position to welcome anybody at the moment. What are you talking about? You're always acting like you're so busy when you barely do anything at all. How can you call yourself part of our team? How dare you neglect your responsibilities? You're such a disgrace. Tuh. Well, I'm really busy. You should know how busy I am, since you're the one giving me most of my work. And we haven't been getting as many sales as we'd like to, have we? That's your responsibility as the salesperson, isn't it? You're supposed to be going out every day to make sales, aren't you? What on earth are you doing? You're just probably slacking off somewhere, aren't you? What, are you sneaking around with some girl while you're on the clock? Of course not. I'm making sales in my own way. But if I'm the only one doing it, there's a limit to how much I can do. I can't do 5 things at the same time. So, in other words, it is your fault. It's your fault that work isn't going well. If you can't get the preparations for the welcome party done, that just means you don't know how to arrange your schedule properly. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying really hard to balance everything. But I'm also working during the time I'm supposed to have off. I don't mean to be rude, but you also don't really go out to make sales either, do you? You're always in your office. Does that mean you're doing well? Obviously. I don't even pay too much attention to my sales numbers. That just shows how many sales I'm making. After all, I can't do anything that would take work away from the younger people. You all are the ones who should be going out for sales. That's why I'm giving out orders from the sales office instead. I feel as though we should be trying to make as many sales as we can. The more sales we make, the better. It's not really about taking people's work. It's about working together as a company to meet goals regardless of your position. That's just my opinion, though. What? Are you trying to tell me how to do my job? Who's the boss here? No, I'm not. I'm just saying that we generally have low sales right now. I just think we could try and send more people out. It would be very difficult, impossible even, to meet our goals if it's just me going out. Maybe you just need to work harder. Or maybe you can work during your lunchtime. Now, there's a suggestion. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you something. You shouldn't be taking days off without permission, you know. What? What do you mean? I didn't take any days off without permission. Are you telling me you saw the word weekend and actually thought it was the end of your week? What do you mean by that? We're supposed to get weekends off, aren't we? You must be joking! There's no way. This isn't a little high school part-time job. This is the real world. You think young people like you get to rest on weekends? During our busiest season? Stop messing with me. Weekends are there for you all to come to help your superiors, so of course you have to come to work. What? I've never heard that rule before. Did you all make that rule sometime this year? I'm the one who made the rule, clearly. There's a hierarchy if you didn't know. As my subordinate, your purpose in this company is to make my life easier. So you definitely can't be slacking off. Come on, you can do better than that. What? I'm supposed to come in on the weekends? I've worked 3 different office jobs since graduating college, and none of them were like that. Sorry to break it to you, but this isn't just an office job. This is serious business. So you should know that much. When you're lounging around on Sundays, nursing a hangover or whatever it is you do, your superiors are still working. I thought it was because we all have different shifts. That's how it is anywhere else. Stop making all these excuses. That's why we can't make any sales. The more time you waste, the less sales we make. It's obvious. I'm really not so sure about this. You're working overtime today anyways, aren't you? I'll give you until tomorrow. So you better have those party preparations and the presentation ready in the morning. I'll be waiting. Huh? Tomorrow morning? I'm not sure if I can do that, if I'm being honest. It's already almost 5 p.m. You had all the time in the world to do it before. You were just loafing around. Plus, 5 p.m. is still early. It's plenty of time if you ask me. I still have so much other work to do. Could you at least get someone to help me with the party, please? Help you? Everyone's too busy with their own work. This was your responsibility. But anyways, this is more important. Some of the new employees coming in for the welcome party are women. You want to show them our good side, don't you? We need to impress them to make sure they want to stay in our company. Well, I'm not really thinking about things like that. If that presentation isn't good, those women will have a bad impression of me. I know you can do it. I'm not sure if that matters. Of course it matters. First impressions are everything, especially when it comes to women. You do well to remember that. Anyways, we're all going out for drinks after that, so I'll be counting on you for that prep too. We need a good restaurant. Make sure it isn't cheap. You're going out for drinks. Okay, fine. I'll think about it for tomorrow. Hello, Alex. That was a really good meeting today. I always really enjoy your meetings. You did an amazing job, and that presentation was top-notch. I was really impressed. I can't wait for the next one. Thank you very much, Beverly. I really appreciate your kind words. I'm the one who should be thanking you. I appreciate your attendance and helpful advice. I'm glad I could help out. You seemed a little tired today, though. Your face looked really pale. Are you all right? Maybe you've been working too hard? What? Really? I'm sorry, you really don't have to bother worrying about me. Although I have been very tired recently, if I'm being honest. Yesterday, a lot of things were happening at work and I didn't find time to sleep. Ah, you've been really busy, haven't you? Having work and being busy is a good thing, but it doesn't make sense if you work yourself to death. That's true. I'm trying to rest as much as I can, but I guess you can say if I rest, the company could be in danger. Oh, really? There's so many good employees there, though. Maybe you can get some of them to find time to help you out? I've already asked, but everyone is too busy with their own schedules to help me. Really? That's too bad. So many of the employees there are so reliable and hardworking. Ah, but that man who came to our company to make a sale a couple years ago wasn't that great. I'm definitely sure I saw him today. I think he's probably your boss now, though, funnily enough. Oh, really? I didn't know anyone from our company has visited you before. That's right. But that man, Simon Andrews, was it? I never got the feeling that he was that into it. I felt like he gave up quite easily, to put it simply. He never chased after a sale. Once he was told no, he was done. I was very close to moving on from working with this company. I didn't like the feeling that our business relationship wasn't on the same level. But since you started working there, I've changed my mind. I love how straightforward and passionate you are when you sell. I saw so much potential in you. Well, thank you so much, Beverly. Hearing that from you makes me feel a lot better. It sounds like your current company is too harsh. Plus, you said the business situation isn't looking too good. Would you be interested in working for my company? I feel like you could be a valuable asset to our team. Our workload is probably a little bit heavier, but we have 4-day weeks and plenty of vacation. So you shouldn't ever have to worry about overworking yourself. What? I'm honored that you would even consider asking me. But I specifically chose this company, so I'd like to try stay here for a little longer. That's great. I like that about you too. You're a very loyal and determined young man. But it's okay. I understand. If you ever change your mind, let me know. I'll make sure our doors will always be open for you. Thank you so much. I'm really glad you asked me. It's always nice to be recognized for working hard. I'll keep in touch. Thank you again. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. Hey, slacker. Did you have fun relaxing and forgetting about your responsibilities? I hope you're looking forward to coming in this morning. I sure am. Simon, I don't understand what seems to be the problem. I wasn't slacking off. I had to go to the hospital for a stomach ulcer. I told you multiple times. I'm coming back today, so I will see you later. I'm sorry for causing any trouble. That's all you do. This company doesn't need someone like you. This is the first time I've ever met someone who causes this much trouble. But I left a little gift on your desk celebrating your return. What do you mean? You've been going on and on about how you're in the hospital for a stomach ulcer, so I got a funeral candle for you and left it on your desk. You've been out for 3 whole days, so I've decided to fire you. Come get your candle and get out. What? Are you being serious? With all due respect, did you expect me to work in my condition? Of course I'm serious. I wouldn't joke about something like this. Besides, any man should be able to handle a little ulcer. If you absolutely had to stay in the hospital, you could have at least done remote work on your laptop. You've been so irresponsible. I've had it with you. I expect to see your letter of resignation on my desk before lunch and that candle and the rest of your stuff out of my sight by the end of the day. I hate to say it, but this company is going to fall apart, you know. Huh, that's what literally everyone says when they're fired. You're incompetent. Shut the hell up and leave. I see. I'll take over everything you are in charge of, along with all of the commissions, of course. It's all going to go great. I hope so. Well, I'll take you up on your offer and quit then. Alex, what are you trying to pull? Ever since you left, this place has been falling to pieces. This is all your fault. My fault? What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure I told you very clearly things were going to fall apart if I left. But you clearly didn't believe me and foolishly thought you could turn this company around on your own. I didn't think you were serious. You should have told me sooner. I've made a terrible mistake. I take everything back. You have to come back and fix this mess. I didn't find it necessary to go into details. After all, you were deliberately trying to take credit for my work and steal my commissions. It wouldn't have been fun for me if I told you everything. Well, I didn't know we were so close to bankruptcy. The companies you were in charge of were just barely keeping the business afloat, and now that you're gone, they've ended their contracts. I don't understand. Why won't they do business with me? What did you tell them? All of the companies were amazing, so if you were a decent person, I'm sure they would have kept the contracts. I think that attitude of yours is the problem here. You think you're better than everyone else. Like, what is up with that? Huh. I'm the one with the attitude problem. Listen to yourself. Not only that, I heard you jumped ship right over to Presco. No wonder they wouldn't budge no matter how much I tried to speak to them. That's funny. Beverly told me pretty much the exact opposite of that. She said you gave up way too easily. You'd think you would try harder considering the company's future was on the line. That's enough out of you, traitor. You sabotaged us. Why else would you join in such a high position? Chief Sales Officer. What a joke. I guess it's because I'm an excellent worker. Get over yourself. You must want me to tell them how many times you used your sales time to fool around. Tell them anything you want. I don't think they'd believe anything you said anyways. But for real though, Beverly saw how hard I work and offered me a position even before you decided to force me out. What? They lured you away from us? They're not allowed to do that. That is not the case. At first, I declined the offer. But when you told me to quit, I couldn't believe it. It didn't matter how hard I worked. Everything would have just been taken from me. Nothing I did was good enough for you. Okay, fine. I admit you did a decent job while you were here. But since you left, business has taken a nosedive and now we're bankrupt. So, tell them to hire me too. I can't work here anymore. Excuse me? You think that's the type of attitude to have when begging someone for something? Absolutely not. You never spoke to me like this before. You were always so passionate about your job. What happened to you? Oh, where is this sudden flattery coming from? My passion for sales hasn't changed, but in terms of work, I don't want to be involved with you anymore. So I have no reason to pretend to be all polite to you anymore. What did you say? Just because you got hired by a good company, you think you're all that? Just watch. I'll get myself hired by an even better company. I'll make you eat your words, you little brat. Really? I'd love to see you try. I don't think you have a chance with any of the companies in this area, though. What's that supposed to mean? Well, Simon, you're becoming quite famous around these parts. In a bad way, though. What? What are you talking about? I haven't done anything wrong. It's a good thing the company was going bankrupt anyway, or I imagine the lawsuits would have done them in. You tried to force yourself onto one of the new women after happy hour, didn't you? Another employee got everything on video, and she said she was going to file a report to the police. What? What the hell? I was drunk, and just tried to have some fun with the ladies, but I didn't touch them. I didn't mean any harm. If you think anyone's going to believe those lame excuses, you're sadly mistaken. It's pretty gross to touch another person's body without consent, much less one of your subordinates. I can't believe you've stooped to such a low level. I knew you were a lazy blowhard, but I didn't think you were a sexual predator as well. It's painfully embarrassing to know that someone like you is my boss. Hold on a second. I was just trying to be friendly. After we went bankrupt, a lot of people quit. I was trying to form business connections so we could keep in touch. Saying that I forced myself on them is blowing things out of proportion. It was just a friendly conversation. I always noticed you were looking at some of the women strangely, and you said some weird stuff. But now that you've actually put your filthy hands on them, you're done for. I said that's not what happened. The video footage we have as evidence speaks for itself. The only thing you might be left with is a criminal record, but those ladies will always have those emotional scars you gave them. I hope you never forget that. Wait, don't call me a criminal. It's not like I killed anybody or anything. But you are a criminal. I always thought you were a malicious person, but now I realize my hunch was correct. You are just my old scumbag boss who has no morals. I really hope you get what's coming to you, you sick pervert. After that, there was a local news report about Simon. And just as I said, he became famous for all the wrong reasons. Simon applied to literally every company in town, but he was rejected everywhere he went. Eventually, he had no choice but move away and start over somewhere completely new. He's powerless, but still acts big. He abuses his authority to chase down young women. It was only a matter of time until he found himself in a situation like this. Hopefully, with that news report and the video uploaded to social media, he can never outrun his history. As for the company, after they went bankrupt, they were unable to recover. Over 40 people lost their jobs. Beverly tried her very best to help some of them with vacant positions here at our company, but we were only able to hire about 7 people. Simon holds the responsibility for all those people with families losing their jobs, but he only cares about himself. I pray that all those people are able to get back on their feet.
Sis, guess what? A huge confession from your lovely brother. I finally decided to get married.
What, you getting married?
I proposed to my girlfriend the other day and she said yes. So we are going to have a wedding and file registration this year.
Congratulations, Tristan. Well, are you going to introduce her to the family then? You'll introduce me to her, right?
Well, that's actually why I'm calling you. I want to have a dinner party with both families at the end of the month. And at the dinner, can you please, not say a word to my fiancée, Allison?
What do you mean? I can't even say hello to her?
She doesn't like you. She doesn't even want to have dinner with you. But I know we can't do that, so I asked her to come, but I told her she doesn't have to talk to you.
I don't understand. Why does she not like me? I've never even met your girlfriend.
Actually, Allison is what you might call a daughter of a very wealthy family. Her family owns a big company. That's why she hates people with dirty jobs like you.
What? What did you just say?
You see, you work in a dirty factory, right? I know you're in dirty work clothes every day. She really can't stand people in that line of work.
You've got to be kidding me. And you don't actually want to invite me to the dinner? Not only that, you're telling me not to say a word to her if I want to meet her? How rude of her!
Can't help it. She's a sheltered girl.
That can't be the reason.
I understand how you feel, sis, but please, be a grown-up here. Please, just stay quiet at the dinner. Don't embarrass me in front of her.
What do you mean to embarrass you? If you're my brother, you should have said something to her. You should have said something like, "Don't make fun of my sister's job." How can you not get upset while your family's made fun of?
Huh? How can I back you up when you're working in a dirty little factory? Your job is so sweaty and crude. People hate those jobs, and you can't blame them for that. It's hard enough for me to tell her not to make fun of you.
What?
I'm begging you, keep quiet for your little brother's sake. I want to marry her. But what if the marriage is called off because of you? If that happens, will you be responsible for my life?
Oh, well, that's...
If you can't even take responsibility, then please keep your mouth shut at the dinner party.
That's enough. I'll just show up and leave right away. I'm sure that'll make you two happy.
That'll be great. I'll let her know right away.
I was so surprised today. I had no idea that my daughter's fiancé was Allison's brother. Such a small world, isn't it?
It really is. I never thought I'd be greeting you like this. I'm surprised too.
I wish I could have talked to you a little more. Were you not feeling well today? You didn't say a word at all, and you left right before the meal was served.
Actually I was. I have a terrible allergy to hay fever and have been struggling with nasal infection. It's hard to even have a simple conversation and eat. I left because I didn't want to interrupt anyone.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm relieved to hear that was the reason. I thought it was my daughter who made you leave.
What?
I'm sure you've heard from your brother. My daughter is a very selfish girl. She's especially picky about who she likes and dislikes. Once she identifies someone she doesn't like, she hates them to the core. She even says things like, "Don't open your mouth in front of me because I don't like you." So I thought she might have told you to go home without saying a word.
That wasn't my case. I decided to leave on my own.
In fact, I'm deeply moved. I can't believe that my selfish daughter, whom I had to deal with for so long, is finally getting married. She seems to have matured a lot recently. I'm sure it's because of Tristan. I'm very grateful to him. They seem to be having fun every day.
Yeah, they do seem to get along.
I can't wait for their wedding. I'm looking forward to becoming a family with you. Thank you for coming out today. I caught a glimpse of you and noticed that you had already arrived at the wedding venue.
Yeah, I just arrived a few minutes ago. Wow, it's the first time you're messaging me in person, isn't it? Perhaps, are you trying to warn me not to say a word again?
Oh, you got that? That's exactly what I was trying to ask you.
I knew it.
But I've decided to reconsider that. I don't mind you speaking, but could you please just leave now? I'm sorry, but I want you to disappear from my wedding now.
What?
I still can't accept you. I can't believe that a dirty factory worker is here at my wedding. I feel as if my wedding is going to be tainted, and it makes me feel sick.
Oh, what?
And the dress you're wearing looks so poor and shabby. It's exactly the kind of plain dress that suits a factory woman. I would have allowed you to stay if you looked at least a little better.
No, that's a terrible thing to say, Morgan. This dress is my favorite dress. Not only do you make fun of that dress, you tell me to leave now?
Huh? Are you talking back to me despite your status of being so poor? That's the kind of thing that pisses me off the most, and I can't do this anymore. Ugh, what am I going to do? I don't feel like having a wedding anymore. I'm sure it will crush Tristan if I tell him I want to call off the wedding.
What?
Of course, you don't want that, do you? I'm sure the poor sister can't even be financially responsible if your brother's wedding is canceled. You should behave and listen to me. There's no room for poor people here, so go home now. A bottom-feeding factory worker like you doesn't deserve to be at my wedding.
Well, goodbye then.
Don't ever show your face again. I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry. Everything will be as you wish. Then I'll say a final hello to your mother, the president, and then I'll be on my way. I'm gonna tell her that I'll cancel any further business with our factory.
What?
Your mother's company needed certain parts that only we manufacture. Your family's company has been a long-time consumer of ours. But I can't believe that after today, we'll no longer have any business with them. It's a shame, but it can't be helped.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? You know my mom?
Oh, what do you care about the poor person? Nothing that you'll be interested, so just enjoy your weekend with Tristan. Well, then I'll get going.
Come back to the wedding now. My mom is so mad at me. She said if you don't come back, the wedding will be canceled immediately. She does not approve of this marriage either, and she says she's going to kick me out of the house.
What? Kira's usually so calm and gentle.
Exactly. She's usually so mild and kind, but she is terribly angry today. I mean, is it true what she's saying? She says you're the president of a factory and that you make important screw parts for our company's products. Is it true that we can't make any of our products without those parts?
Yes, that's true. That's why your family's company will have to stop manufacturing for a while. Without our screws, the product won't be complete. I hope you can find somewhere else who makes them. But as far as I know, there aren't any.
You're kidding! You make such valuable screws? Are all screws the same?
A screw's just a screw, but it also makes a whole difference. We even have a patent for our product. We're the only company that makes screws that never loosen.
Oh, please, Allison. I'm sincerely sorry for everything I've done. So please, come back to the wedding.
I'll accept your semantic apology. But even if you apologize, it won't erase the fact that you dissed me. And I don't even have a dress to wear to your wedding. Even if I received a sincere and heartfelt apology, I still wouldn't be able to attend the wedding.
I also apologize for calling your dress plain. I mean, you know what? If I recall well, it wasn't plain at all. It's not that the dress is plain, it only seems so because you are gorgeous. That's what I really wanted to say.
Excuse me?
I think you would look better in a more beautiful dress. So I will give you a dress that suits you right now. So don't say you can't attend the wedding. I will buy a really pretty dress for you.
No, thank you. Even if it seems plain to you, I like the dress. Your mother gave it to me. I feel very attached to it that I don't need any other dress.
What? Did my mom buy this dress for you? Why would my mom give you a dress?
She gave it to me when I took over the factory for my predecessor. My predecessor threw a small inauguration party for me. That's when she gave it to me as a gift to congratulate me. It's very difficult for a woman to be in top management in this world. She very well acknowledges that. So she encouraged me that we'll work together as comrades from now on. She gave me this beautiful dress as a token of her encouragement.
Are you kidding me?
It's a high-brand tailor-made dress. It's sophisticated and simple enough to wear on any occasion. The dress means a lot to me, and I've used it many times. I wouldn't want any other dress. Now, if you'll excuse me...
I'm so sorry about my stupid daughter.
No, it's not for you to apologize.
Well, I still need to do something about it, even if you say so. If you don't mind, I'd like to make another formal apology. And please reconsider your decision to cancel our contract.
Kira, that's really unnecessary. And please don't worry about the contract. That was all just a bluff. I wouldn't bring my personal feelings into a business discussion.
Really?
Of course! I'm sorry for making you worry. I only reacted to what she told me.
It's okay. That's really not something you should apologize for. It's all my stupid daughter's fault. I'm so sorry for everything. I've heard all about the dinner party and everything else.
And with all due respect, she's one hell of a daughter.
It's so embarrassing. I know you don't want any apology, but still, please let me come and apologize to you properly. My husband and I can't let it be if we don't give you a formal apology.
Really? It's okay. In fact, I'd like to ask you something in return. May I discuss some business matters with you? There are some things I'd like to review regarding our current contract.
What? Have you changed your mind? And you want to end the contract?
No, I won't do that. It's actually regarding the price increase, to be frank. Due to the recent high oil prices and other factors, we've been under a lot of pressure. I'd like to discuss with you regarding the pricing.
If that's the case, I'll make time for you right away. Of course, we will consider it positively. Then I will contact you again regarding this matter.
Yes, please do so when things have settled down. I look forward to hearing from you.
Hey sis, is it true that you are now the president of the factory?
That's none of your business.
Don't be so cold. Actually, I have a favor to ask you. Can you please hire me at your factory? Please, you're the only one who can help us.
Huh? What do you mean? Why so sudden?
Actually, we're having a really hard time after the wedding. Morgan got kicked out of her parents' house. She's so spoiled and has been in a sheltered life until now. She has never really worked before, and now she is kicked out of her house.
She deserves that. She put her parents' company in jeopardy.
Yes, that's true, but she's in trouble in other ways too. I was going to work for her family's company after I married Morgan. That's why I quit my previous job to prepare for it. But that's all gone too.
Oof, oh no. That must be tough.
I had a decent job until then. But I quit the job thinking I may eventually be able to take over her family business. Then look at what happened. So please hire me at your factory. I'm pretty good at what I do. $100,000 for a salary would work for me.
What?
You know how they say you get a raise when you change jobs, right? Besides, I'm your brother. I'm the family of the president, so I should be treated quite well, right?
Of course not. Hell no, I'm not hiring you. Get your butt moving and start searching for a job on your own.
What? You won't help your sweet little brother?
No, you're not sweet at all. You never backed me up when your wife dissed me. You didn't even care to be on my side.
Well, I couldn't help, but then I didn't want to provoke Morgan into breaking off the engagement. Come on, Allison. We're going to be without a place to live tomorrow. And no job too. We're really in a bad situation here.
What?
We were going to live in her parents' apartment. But of course, not anymore.
You really don't have a job or a place to live.
Exactly. I spent all my savings on the wedding, but their parents got mad and called it off. I had to return the monetary wedding gift I got, and I'm really in trouble.
Oh no. You lost everything.
I won't let her make fun of you again. So please, can you help me? Your sweet little brother is in trouble, so help me out.
Sorry, Tristan. I don't have a little brother anymore.
Huh?
Yeah, your wife told me. She said not to ever get involved with you guys again. That's why I can't do anything even if you come crying for help.
All that talk is nonsense. Morgan is here with me now. She says she's really sorry for everything, and she says she'd really like to be friends with you now.
Tell her I definitely don't want to be friends with her. Well then, take care. I have to work at the factory today, so I'm busy after that. After that, Tristan went crying to our parents as well. They were also very angry with him. My parents told him until I forgive him, the whole family will not forgive him. He was basically banned from coming home, and now he had to find a job in a rush. But his salary decreased significantly compared to his previous job. Moreover, because Morgan has a completely screwed up financial value, Tristan's salary disappears within less than a day. Finally, Morgan has registered with an employment agency for her part-time job. She is assigned to work as a janitor at her parents' company. She cries every day for the situation she's ended up in. As for me, I'm finding solace in my work at the factory. The machines hum in a comforting rhythm, and the tasks keep me focused. It's ironic how the place that once symbolized struggle and defiance now offers me a haven from the turmoil in my personal life.